see that one. You got the phone scope for this? Oh, here it is. Nice. It's day 2 in Wyoming, and we're about to head up to the spot that we glassed the other night. Ended up seeing, I think, 4 different bucks. We're gonna hike up there, get to the same spot that we were at the other day. Depending on what happens there, we might push in further down the creek, keep glassing, or start stalking some bucks, hopefully.
That should be fun. A little more fun than yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was a little rough, so hopefully today goes a little bit better. This is where we split off, probably. Me and Ben are gonna go back up here, and Greg's gonna slide down this way, down to a different ridge where he was the other day. Just about at the right times, so we should be able to spot something coming back in here this morning. Let's see if we can spot one. Perfect. It's just off. Pretty sure it's one. He's right down there by those 2 cottonwoods. Those 2 cottonwoods?
Yeah.
He's right below him in that yellow patch. Pretty good buck. Yeah.
That's a smoker.
That's a good one. Right when Ben and I walked up here, we spotted a buck that was down here, literally right below us. And buck is standing there, feeding on goldenrod, just working his way, acting like he might bed down right there somewhere. There's a doe along the creek as well, and another smaller buck. We should be able to pinpoint exactly where they bed down. So, morning's off to a great start. Hopefully we can watch this sucker bed down and go in there after him. 2 bucks spotted right here. This creek runs way up this piece, so we should be able to get in on these, and if these don't work out, find another one. I got the stormy chromer on today. Not sure where my bucket head is. I must have left it at the camp, so stormy chromer it is.
Now there's a fawn out there next to him too. Hopefully there's not too many deer down there.
I've been down right there, it looks like. See him. Pretty sure he just laid down.
So Ted just left to go grab Greg, because Greg was glassing on another knob. And I've just been glued to this phone pretty much the entire time, just watching for any kind of movement. And the buck is definitely bedded down, right where we thought he did. I can see his tines just moving a little bit here and there.
Alright, Greg and I are about to swing around and cut down this big ditch over here and try and get in on this buck. Our wind is blowing straight this way, and the buck is right here. If we get down in the bottom over here, we should have our wind in our face, be able to work our way into him. We should be able to make pretty quick time to get around here close to him, I think. When we get down there, it might look different, but from here, it looks like with the cliff and the amount of willows and stuff down there, we should be able to sneak in there pretty tight to him. So, it's really similar to how Zach's buck went down last year in North Dakota.
You have a picture of where he's bedded.
I got it, yeah.
Like, did you take one on your phone?
I'll take one.
You got a reference.
So, we'll see if we can make it happen. I don't know. Might be tough. We'll try it though. Go get him. Good luck. is laying in that goldenrod, at least as far as we know. We're inside his bubble now, so if he stands up or moves, we should be able to see him. And then, based on what he does, we can, move from there. So, we got the sun in our back, and it feels like a pretty good hide right here. So, hopefully he doesn't know we're here yet. We can get a shot at him at some point.
It's only the second time I've seen him throughout the morning after Ted and Greg went down there. But he's still just chilling in that same spot. He's pretty comfortable.
Been sitting here for probably an hour and a half or so, and haven't seen this buck get up or do anything. It's like 10 o'clock right now. We're thinking we're just gonna crawl up to this next little patch of willows. Based off that picture I took up top, he was definitely in that goldenrod when he laid down. So we're gonna crawl up here to the edge of it and try and get eyes on him before he moves off or does something else, Wind's picked up pretty good too, so we should be able to have enough cover to get up there. We'll see how it goes. I see him. I see him. I see him. I can just see his rack. Right there, crawl up there. I think I can crawl up there. That white part of the tree there, that dead tree, he's to the left of that. He's just to the left of that now, the white part of the tree there. I can just see his rack in there, he's just sitting there. I think I'm just gonna start crawling like this, and I should be able to, I think I might be able to crawl right up to him. I'm just gonna stay back here. He's just down from that to the left. You can just see his rack. Hold on, Greg. This might just be right here. It's not very far at all, Greg. I think he's just right here. I think he's a lot closer than I thought. He is. He's like 20 yards right now. He's way closer than I thought. He's straight. Right here. Like 20, 30 yards out there. All you can see is his rack.
brush that they were hoping to get to, and that looks to be like 25-30 yards from this buck. Anyway, just kind of chilling up here. It's 12 o'clock, so that buck's been down there forever, it seems like. So it's been almost 6 hours from spotting him up until this point.
I just kept thinking, I might need to crawl up there because like that wind just right there. I dropped that milkweed and just went like that, had to hit him in the nose. Oh my gosh. That's frustrating. Sat here for how long? 2 hours probably. Dang it. It's frustrating. That's the toughest thing, is just knowing, making that decision to go up there or not. Because our wind the whole time is just going just pretty much perfect. Not even really close to him, and then right there, just I felt it, just one little whip, and it just went right at him. It's like, if he would have just stood up, that first time when he stood up, I was down on my knees, and I couldn't see anything but his rack, so I couldn't get a shot. And then, just never stood up after that, not one time. Dang it. See, that's what it was doing most of the time. Just barely, just going like this.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you try to crawl up and shoot him out of his bed.
But then you bust him doing that.
Blowing him out.
Yeah, it's like you bust him doing that, and then you're like, well, we should have just, yeah. You get as close as you can, and then that's pretty much it. I don't know what else, It's like, I just kept contemplating in my head if I should crawl up there or not, but it's like, you crawl up there and, say you make it 5 yards and he blows out of there, it's like, well, I should have just stayed put,
Yeah.
So I just kept thinking too, like, that sun's just beating down over there, and I think you just get up and walk one way or the other, just like 2 steps or something, or just stand, get a shot at him, but that's frustrating. Oh well.
I don't know that you would have ever been able to shoot him out of his bed where you could have seen his vitals clearly.
I don't think
Plus
so
he's
either.
basically facing,
facing
looking back
us.
towards us. The only thing, if you crawled towards him, come to full draw, start to raise up, and just hope that he stands up.
Right.
But
yeah, it's just all, it's like you get to 20 yards of one that's laying there and your wind's not going at him at all for hours. And then it's like that's all you can really want to do. Probably because I'm wearing this Stormy Cromer.
Yeah. You're doomed from the beginning.
I had a bad feeling about it right when I didn't have my hat.
Man, my back is screaming.
Oh, I know.
Hey, we got close.
Yeah, I mean, we got to
Stalk.
within range. It's just like, if you could just see his dang body. Dang it. Oh, well. Well, we found our packs. Back here where we dropped them, Greg said it was like 5 hours total from the time we dropped our packs. Crawled up to that first setup, and then sat there and then crawled to the next spot and sat there for probably 2 hours or so. I mean, we just keep talking about if there's anything we thought we could have done different. And we got to 20 yards of them, and like we say, if I would have tried to crawl up there and get a shot and he blew, then we'd really be pissed at ourselves. What's the word for it? Oh yeah, been kicking ourselves. Yeah. I don't know what you do different in that situation, really.
Oh, people will let you know.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm not gonna look at it, but I'm sure they'll be letting me know. All right.
That was fun though. I mean, those,
it was a blast.
Opportunities are rare.
That's the funnest part right there, is seeing just the strategy of trying to get as close within range of a buck. That's the funnest part. I mean, for me, you shoot them, yeah, that's great, and you watch them fall over, whatever. But then after that, it's just like, oh man, the funnest part was trying to get in there, and all you're thinking of different ways to do it, and then it works, and that's just it's so fun.
On to the next.
Yeah, I see a little one too. Ooh, that's scary.
Oh, right there.
Wow, I've never seen one that close. That's a rest.
That's a route.
The one yesterday was not like that. Ooh, nope.
Boys walked right over him and he rattled at me.
Really did.
I can't believe he didn't rattle at us. Well, trying not to step on the one on your way out.
Hopefully they rattle.
Well, that's why I'm walking behind you guys. You're supposed to clear him out.
Bring your Ray-Bans.
Yes. Gets bright up there.
It sure does.
Headed back into the spot that we were at this morning, stalked into 20 yards of that buck, and didn't end up getting a shot. So, gonna go back up there and get up on our separate glassing knobs again and try it again, see if we can spot something and go after it for tonight. There's quite a few deer in here. Just gotta get one spotted and have enough time to get around on them tonight. He's not that far. Alright, let's go. See him? He's a nice one. different than this morning because he ain't going to be bedded. So we're going to have to be careful and try and spot him once we get down there.
Patch of cottonwoods where we saw that buck from the back up on the hill. Ted has worked down a little bit lower, about 20 yards closer to where he can shoot this corner. There he is right there.
hope so. I mean,
I was in the middle of doing an interview. I was like talking about our setup. All of a sudden I looked up and there he is coming right at us. I looked down at you and you were like,
oh, you saw him before me.
oh, way before you.
I was standing up when you must have seen him because I was standing up looking. And I pulled up my binoculars and then I just see the top of a deer's back over a log. And I'm like, that's gotta be him. Just because it looked like a buck.
Yeah.
Then I looked back at you and I was going, I didn't know you saw him.
Yeah. I mean, I could see him plain as day.
Yeah.
I had you and him in the same frame for a while.
I thought for sure he's gonna come down that edge,
man.
dude. Of course, he just pops out, feeds for a little bit, then just walks straight back. It's like,
Yeah.
what the heck you doing? We'll get a shot at some point here.
There's a lot more creek we haven't even been in.
Oh God, there's so much creek. All kinds of it. Oh, that's fun. Alright guys, that's going to do it for day 2 here in Wyoming. We just got back to camp. Mindy had some great lasagna made up for us. We ate a bunch of that. Got some ready to go for tomorrow as well. But that's going to do it. We had a really good day. We went into a new area that we had scouted prior to season and ended up in a bunch of bucks. Got really close a couple times. Just didn't quite close the deal. So we're finding that's a really good spot to get up on a high knob, glass down, spot bucks. There's usually a really good way to get in there on them. Tomorrow the wind's supposed to be like 15 miles an hour out of the north, which is going to be perfect. So thanks guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.